What's up, guys? Today I'm coming with another deck profile, and today it is my Fire Fist. Now, Fire Fist has always been one of my favorite monsters, and with a lot of generic links out nowadays, we have a lot more ways for this deck to be playable. It's still not as powerful and meta controlling as it once was, but it's playable now, so here we go. Just getting off with the monsters, we're running 3 Fire Fist Spirit. Spirit's the one who, when he's normal, he target a level 3 or lower, or actually I think it's level 3 specific fire monster with 200 or less defense and special summon it. So he's your instant invoker, he's your synchro playmaker, he's your link maker if you need it for now. And then coming off with him is his buddy, Fire Fist Leopard. So Leopard can tribute a Fire Fist. Most likely you're going to use it on himself to set a fire formation from your deck to your spell and trap zone. So typically if you start with either of these guys and a fire formation, like him and a Tenki or him and a Tensu, you'll pretty much get the opposite with the Leopard and then go off. Or both of them in hand is also really good because you summon Leopard, tribute for the Tensu, which gives you an additional normal summon, and then you normal summon the Spirit, getting the Leopard back, and then now you can start going with your plays. Then your last level 3 is I am running 2 Rooster. Back in the day, I used to run 3 of this card. He was just super important, couldn't really do without him, but now you really just need 2 because if you see him in your hand, it's just very annoying. So Rooster, when he's special summoned by a Fire Fist, so whether you get him with your Spirit or you get him with a Synchro monster, which I'll show you later, he adds a Fire Fist monster from your deck to your hand. So a lot of times I just like to get another Spirit to make sure the play's safe for the next turn, or you can search a Fire Fist specific to the situation you're in. And so for our level 3 Fire Fist monsters, that's it. Next, the level 4 engine is extremely small. It is 1 Fire Fist Gorilla, 2 Fire Fist Bear, and 1 Coach Soldier Wolfbark. Now, as much as I wish both of these could be ran at 3 again, which they can because they're not on the list anymore, but, well, this was only on the list before, but it's just, I haven't really found a way to make level 4 Fire Fist the more speedy version. I mean, when Zoodiac was full powered, then I was running level 4 Fire Fist again. That deck was amazing, but now I just run Zoodiacs for little like link plays, and which is actually coming up next. So now that's it for the Fire Fist, unless you're going to run 42 cards, which I am doing, because I've seen a couple profiles online. I've did a lot of thinking ever since link summoning was introduced, with seeing how much cards that create tokens or any free summon card now is actually beneficial. So 2 Fire Fist Coyote, I mean, back in the day, him being level 5, he really was useless. Even when they gave us more Fire Fist synchros, you were just baffled as why this guy existed. But if you control fire formation, spell a trap, and no monsters, you can special summon him from your hand. So sometimes it's nice if he's in the hand as well as like the Leopard and a fire formation. You can play a fire formation or summon the Leopard, tribute him to do a fire formation, activate it, special summon him for free, and then still normal summon your Spirit. Then you got 3 monsters on board, so you know, that's definitely not a bad thing to have. Next, for our small little zoo engine, it is 2 Zoodiac Whiptail, 2 Zoodiac Thoroughblade, and the 1 Ram. To be honest, the Ram is just here because he's got the booty, and sometimes if I really need to make a friggin' Zoodiac exceed and just have it in defense mode, I mean, it's nice, but mainly your 2 most used are going to be the Thoroughblade and the Whiptail. The Whiptail can be equipped to Beast Warrior exceeds, and they still give effects to your exceeds, you know, so she'll make them banish, and then he'll give it piercing. So, and I'll show you a little something with the Zoodiac Barrage that gets you a little free Mrs. Radiant. So for our spells, we're running 3 Tenki, because Tenki is Tenki. It searches pretty much every single monster in your deck besides the Coyote. Fire Formation Tensu is at 3 as well. This is your extra normal summon for a Beast Warrior, which is pretty much every monster in your deck as well. Then 2 Gyoku. I like Gyoku because it can't be responded to. You target a back row, and that card can't respond to it. Other cards can. But it just locks down that back row, and so sometimes when you set this from deck, they have to just get rid of it because they know it's going to be problematic. And then to round off, like the fire formations, I was going to add a third Goku, but I really realized that I'm running Twin Twister in this deck as well, and it's just too much back row, like, hate. I mean, some decks can get away with that, but this deck really can't. It needs a lot of turbo cards in place of destruction. So I'm running 2 Barrage and 2 Onslaught. So it's been very, very tough, but I really want to knock out an Onslaught for possibly a 3rd Barrage. But it's just whenever I do, I miss seeing it. So Onslaught is nice just to open up with, like, if you're dead with a level 4 and no rank 3 and no Zoodiacs in your hand when you open, Onslaught can save you because you can just summon some random fire monster from your deck and then still hopefully exceed. And then Barrage is nice because if you open with Barrage and any Zoodiac in your hand, then you have a free Mrs. Radiant without a normal summon. Pretty much what you would do is have a Whiptail. Say you have Whiptail and Barrage in your hand to start. You will Barrage and pop Barrage to summon a Thoroughblade. And when Thoroughblade is summoned, you can discard your Whiptail. Then you get to draw a card, like whatever it may be. Next, you can go into your extra deck and make a Chakanine. And Chakanine special summons a Zoodiac from the grave, but you can't exceed for the rest of the turn, I believe. Or no, just this can't be used for exceed material, but then it doesn't matter. You just take these 2 and they're both earth, and then you can link, which I'll get into in a second. But that's a nice little play that I like that helps this deck be a little bit more consistent. And the fact that that play exists still makes me want to make a level 4 variant of this deck. So if you want to see a more pure level 4 build, just let me know in the comments and I'll definitely try, because making Fire Fist decks is never boring to me. Moving on with the spells, 2 Twin Twister as mentioned before, just because, everybody's running the whole Solemn package nowadays. The 1 Rekindling, because we wish we could run more, but I believe it's still at 1, so yeah. But this can just get back all those low rank 3s, and you're fishing a lot of them out, so typically when you draw this card, you're gonna be able to use it. Then the 1 Monster Reborn, because almost every deck needs this now. 1 Dark Hole and 1 Raigeki, just because I had the space in this deck and I could afford it. And then I am running 5 traps. So I'm running 2 Storming because a lot of times with this deck not being so good anymore, you still can sit on some Clog. You can sit on some bad, just some bad boards. And if I was running the level 4 version, I would be running Lances and a bunch of random stuff to protect my monsters. But right now I need a little bit of attack precision. And then last, 2 Strike and 1 Warning. Obviously the Warning could be a Judgment instead, or you can find room for a Judgment as well. But I like the 2 Strike and the 1 Warning because they're just good trap cards to help keep you a little bit up in a duel. So next we will move to our lovely extra deck, which, to start things off, for our rank 3s, we run 1 Fire Fist Lion Emperor. He's mainly because I'm only running 1 Wolf Bark, and I know that's a terrible decision for a monster in the extra deck, but it's just something that I seen was like a little necessary. So plus he's just nice to get out as a Fire Fist name sometimes. And then the 1 Invoker, because him getting your spirit play off and then making an Invoker can definitely help you with making a free Mrs. Radiant as well. Well, it's not free, but you summon a Zoodiac out with him and then make a Mrs. Radiant. Then for our rank 4s, for the Fire Fist, we're doing the 1 Cardinal because he requires 2 Fire Fist. I would be running this at 2 if this was the rank 4 or more rank 4 level 4 Fire Fists were in here, but he can still be made and he's still really good to recycle and shuffle cards back into the deck. And then of course the 1 Tiger King. I really miss running this at 2 or more, but right now with the way the meta is and just this deck in general, you can't really abuse your Fire Fist monsters because generic rank 4s are better than a lot of them. And speaking of them, we got the Castel, the Rebellion Dragon, for our 2 generic rank 4s. Now this could be a Dweller or any other. These both could be the Utopia package. But this is a more budget-friendly version of Fire Fist. And then last, for our Zoodiacs, just the Borbo and the Chakanine. The Chakanine's for your link play, and then the Borbo's just because he can attack directly. And there might be a rare occasion where you can make, you know, a couple zoos and then attack for 2,000 or more directly. For our Synchros, it's just the 2 Horse Prince and the 1 Vulcan, which has been pretty consistent in Fire Fist decks for years. This is the guy who, when he's synchroed, will summon a level 3 fire monster from your deck, so ideally you want to get your Rooster and get another search off, as well as just thinning your deck. And then Vulcan compulses 2 cards, one on your field, one on your opponent's. They must be face up, and their names can't be used for the rest of the turn. So in awkward situations, this can hinder your opponent, and it's nice to use on a 10 key after it's already been used, since you can't use it again that turn anyways. And then last for our links, the 1 Mrs. Radiant, because this is for your zoos and the Invoker. Very easy to make. And then also the new person in this deck, which is the Firefighting Daruma doll, because he takes just 2 Beast Warriors, 2 Beast or Wing Beasts. I mean, you have none of those others, but pretty much you could just use any 2 Beast Warriors for him. So it can be a fire. This is for those dead situations where you have a zoo and a Fire Fist. And he's actually not half bad. So maybe in the future I will try to find space for 2, but until then, the real MVP for the links in this deck is the Doolittle Chimera. I mean, this cat just it's the cat's pajamas. There's no other explanation. I mean, generic, just 2 fire monsters, gives them 500 attack and defense with your fire formations. I mean, sometimes I have bears sitting on the field for like 2,400. And then, of course, when it's destroyed by battle or card effect, doesn't say sent to the graveyard, so just destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target a fire monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. That's why I like these generic links that are coming out. And that's really it for the extra deck, guys. So other than a couple spicy new cards, you really just go for the same plays you would go in a Fire Fist deck back in the day. Like I said, I really want to try to bring back a more level 4 variant because I miss running 3 bear. I miss, you know, a lot of old cards I used to run in that deck, like Kaiser Coliseum, which probably won't ever come back. But let me know any suggestions you guys have to bring this deck back to life, because I refuse to let Fire Fist die, and if you're like me, you feel the same way. So like and subscribe, guys, and please stay tuned for more YugiBoom deck profiles.